There's a story about a man who comes across three masons who are working at chipping away granite from large blocks. So the man, he goes up to the first mason and he says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And this man, he looks very unhappy, and frequently throughout while he's chipping away at the stone, he keeps looking at his watch. And so he says, "Well, I'm just chipping away at this stupid stone, and I can't wait till I finish so that way I could go home and just be done with today." So the man, he goes up to the second mason and he says, "Hey, well, what are you doing?" And the second mason, he looks a little bit more interested in what he's doing, and he's working diligently, chipping away the stone. And he says, "Well, I am chipping away the stone to create a wall and to be able to connect it to the structure. It's good work, but I'll be happy when I finish." And so the man, he goes up to the third mason, and this mason, he's working very diligently. He's working extremely hard, and he has an axe and a chisel, and he's working very diligently. And he takes a step back. He admires his work, and then he goes back and he keeps doing it. And so the man asks, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he says he steps back, he admires his work, and he says, "I'm building a cathedral." So you have three guys with three different attitudes doing the exact same job. And the conversation, and what I really want to share with you, and the reason why I share with you this story, is that context and the context in which you live your life is decisive. And this story, it really illustrates the power of context and how that the context can actually transform not only our attitude, but the quality of work that we do in our day-to-day lives. So like many people, including myself, we could get caught up in the day-to-day routine and dullness of our everyday activities. So if you are a realtor, whether that be making prospecting or cold calls, or door knocking, if you're a student, working long hours in the library, just studying for a big exam, that your mindset is, well, why do I need to memorize all these things if I'm never even going to use it with my profession anyway, right? So there are things in life, in terms of the actions in which we're doing, that we get caught up in the actual action of what it is versus the overall arching purpose of what it is that we're creating for ourselves in our lives. And so the biggest thing for me is really having a purpose that drives the context in which you live your life. And so what I like to call it is your big game. So if you have a big game in your life, and if you don't, then you can create one, then that can really be the umbrella that creates the context in which you live your life. And the reason why this is such a powerful distinction is because if you have a context, an empowering context that really pushes you and drives you to really work hard and you have a good attitude around whatever it is that you're doing, then the quality of your life and the quality of your work will be much elevated. So my question to you is, really what purpose drives you to achieve the results you seek in your life? And if you're a business owner and or executive, do you have a compelling purpose to engage and motivate not only yourself, but your employees? So leave your comments and likes, and talk to you soon.